Hi, everyone. I'm Nancy.
And I'm Stephanie.
And if you enjoy our show, please like and subscribe.
And hit that bell button.
Oh, I forgot to hit the bell. We're also on Instagram, and you can check us out on Twitter X. We are there too.
Copying my beanie today.
Yes,
on purpose.
This is
to annoy me.
I'm not doing it to annoy you. I just didn't feel like running a comb through I'm still in vacation mode. I'm still tired. I still wake up and I'm like, can barely get out of bed. It was like, what was it, like in the 30s this morning?
37, yeah.
37 degrees this morning?
Yeah, that's why I wore my beanie.
Holy cow. You have to like...
But I wore it because you bought it for me in Toronto.
Oh my God, if you have to like wait, see, because I can't sleep with the heat on in my house because I have like this big, like with big ceilings.
Yeah, no, but and
if you turn on the heat...
Do you know though?
What?
Sleeping with the heat is really bad for your body.
Well,
it dries you out. It's not good for your organs. Some people sleep with a window cracked
open. I sleep with a pit bull, and that's why.
No, I'm just saying
that's my
heat. People should not sleep with the heat on.
Well, I don't sleep with the heat because then my nose dries out and all this stuff. So I don't sleep with the heat. So in the morning when I have to get up, I have to like run and turn on like whatever space heater is closer to me.
This is so stupid.
Well, this is part 2 of our Jada Pinkett Smith.
This is the good stuff.
Meghan Markle's beer and tries to be queen narcissist of the world.
Victimhood.
If you watched the first half, we showed you how she emasculated Will on Red Table Talk. We showed you the similarities between her victimhood and Meghan's. I don't know. They're pretty close.
I was going to say,
they're really close.
I think they're both winning.
They're both winning
at the narcissism game
and abuse.
I mean, they're brutal,
and the abuse of their husbands. So this episode will focus on Tupac.
Okay.
And her backtracking everything she said about her relationship with Will, as far as like being pretty much divorced from him.
What's going on is she got the public reaction, and now she's freaking out over it. So she has to somehow save herself by changing the narrative around.
Yeah.
It's sort of like on Housewives in New York when Bethany Frankel and Jill Zarin got into that huge fight, and Jill Zarin the whole season thought she was looking good and she was coming across good, and then at the end when all the comments came out on Twitter, she then was like, I don't know who I was. I was don't want to. I mean, that's just so.
That happens on Big Brother too.
I don't watch Big Brother anymore.
No. When it used to be good.
Yeah, but
now I just feel like with everything going on, we have publicists, we have people that could tell us, don't do this. So and so did this first, and it didn't work for them. Don't do it. Like use Meghan Markle as a blueprint, Jada. And it's like she took the blueprint and she just like cracked it all out. I mean, it's crazy. It's totally crazy. It's nuts. Tupac thing really bothered people at first. This Tupac thing.
Narcissists do that though, because whether the victim is alive or deceased, the victims, they're going to keep that victim and have the hold on. So Tupac in death is now still her little,
well, luckily,
her little toy project.
Luckily, another Gen Xer, millennial, or whatever we are. Millennial, what is it? Geriatric millennial. Sorry. Another person like us had receipts, and she went on TikTok with her Tupac receipts, and it went viral. So I'm going to play it for you guys because this is good. This is going to blow Jada's Tupac thing out of the water right now. So buckle up.
Who believed her?
Grab some popcorn.
And I have the timeline to prove it. And I'm literally in the middle of moving. That's why I look raggedy. But I cannot handle these lies anymore. Jada is currently on her Pay Attention to Me tour. And she is making all these wild claims, including that Tupac proposed to her while he was at Rikers. Really? The math isn't mathing, so let's take a look. Tupac was convicted of charges on February 8th, 1995. From there, he was sent to Rikers Prison, only to be transferred less than a month later to Clinton Correctional Facility. And she specifically said she went to see him. This was not on the phone.
Book when I go to see him in Rikers, probably one of the more painful parts, seeing him there, the condition that he was in and having to leave him there.
Cool. So prior to going into Rikers, Tupac already had a girlfriend named Keisha. He proposed to Keisha, her words, in a September 2011 interview. He proposed to Keisha before he even went into prison. They were already engaged. They got married in April. And in the time that he got sentenced and was taken to prison, Keisha actually moved closer to be by him and be by the prison and saw him on a near daily basis.
When he asked me to get married, he was at Rikers.
So you're telling me that in the 3 to 4 week window that he was at Rikers, engaged to another woman who had moved closer to the prison and was there almost every day, Tupac proposed to Jada. But hey, Jess, you might be saying to yourself, Tupac wasn't known to be a one-woman man. He was no angel. Fair enough. Let's see where Jada was during February of 1995, which was, as we've already established, the only time she would have been able to see Tupac at Rikers since he was only there for less than a month. You see, Jada had already met Will Smith in 1994 on the set of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but Will Smith was married, and so nothing happened between them. But in February of 1995, Will Smith was served divorce papers by his wife. 5 days later, on February 19th, Will called Jada and said, "Are you single?" And she said, "Yep." Will said, "We're together now." Jada said, "Cool." And she immediately flew to LA. She flew so immediately that when he called her, she was in Maryland at a brand new house she bought. And she never spent a single night in her new house. That's how immediately she flew to LA. Jada, when in all that time did you visit Tupac at Rikers and get the proposal? And for the record, Keisha and Tupac stayed married for about 10 months. They got their marriage annulled about 4 or 5 months after Tupac was released from prison. He was bailed out by Suge Knight. It wasn't long after that that he met Kidada Jones. Kidada Jones is the daughter of legendary Quincy Jones. Kidada looks a little recognizable. You may know her sister, Rashida Jones, who played Karen on The Office.
They're so cute.
Kidada and Tupac were living together and engaged when Tupac was shot and killed. Kidada was the one that was there with him at the hospital the night he died. Kidada was handed his bloody clothes. She was the one who told him, "We all love you," before he slipped into a coma and never woke up. Keisha spoke with Tupac several days before he died because even though their marriage was annulled, they still remained good friends. And I can't help but notice that all of the women who are actually part of his life in a meaningful way are the ones that have just kept quiet. They've kept silent. They've kept their memories to themselves and not tried to use a dead man as their limelight. And the person who's squawking about him the most is making claims that can't even be verified and don't make sense from the perspective of a verifiable timeline.
I see why we love you.
He needed a rock. Because of our friendship and because of everything we had been through together, he just wanted to feel that solidified foundation.
Because so many people in that position don't have support.
Right.
None at all.
None. You know?
And he got the best.
He did get the best, but not from Jada, because per Will Smith's own words, that him and Jada were pretty much humping all over the world. They were traveling constantly from the first 3 months they were together, all over the world. So Tupac did get some great support, I imagine, from his wife, who moved closer to be with him and visited him every day. And why do I care? Because I'm Gen X. And like any good Gen X person, I grew up on Tupac. We all remember this going down. We all remember where we were when we heard that Tupac got shot or that he died. We all had this fucking hat from Poetic Justice, walking around looking like newsies, slinging newspaper about the Great Depression and FDR. And we're all just sitting here watching Jada spout these lies, being like, do you think no one remembers? Because we all remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers, Jada.
Oh, are you gonna give her credit for that? Maybe in the
I am. I'm gonna
descriptions?
put the link because I don't.
She had
have
the
her
receipts, man.
Thank you on that because she
know,
blew Jada out of the water.
It just reminds me of like Khloe Kardashian when Lamar got sick. Oh, but this
You
is
are
so
much
no.
worse.
But I'm saying, she said he had no one.
Yeah.
Lamar had no one. I had to be his savior. I had to be his person because he didn't have anyone. It just is so reminiscent of those women that have to have this like savior complex
dude.
or something, because they have no, they're constantly trying to find their own identity because they don't have one.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, well, I'll find it in
It's
this or I'll
just
find it in that. She's like, I
it's there
sit,
for him.
I was his rock.
Yeah, like, oh man,
This doesn't sound like
Meghan
Khloe
Markle. It's
Kardashian?
like, and Meghan, because it's like, oh, if it hadn't been for me, Harry just would have, been happy and played pool all day and hung out with his family.
I saved him.
I saved him from that.
I saved him, guys.
Yeah. Well, it gets better. She then talks about getting Tupac's ashes, which she can't verify or say if she did or, and her being mad at Suge Knight. And then she sort of implies something about Suge. And I'm thinking to myself, am I back in the 90s, dude? We shouldn't even be talking about this. This is weird, guys.
Suge.
Just you wait.
Write about in this book was losing your friend, your soulmate, Tupac Shakur.
On the internet, there's been a whole lot about me calling Pac my soulmate. And I think people regard soulmate just in a romantic way. And soulmates aren't just romantic, right? Because as you read in the book,
Exactly.
Pac and I were not romantic, but he is a soulmate. I know I will see him again.
You write about the day that Suge Knight delivered his ashes to you. I
Right.
could feel your rage on that page. What can you tell us about that day?
Having to receive Pac's ashes in that way was a really devastating moment, to just get him in this little cardboard box. And yeah, I was very rageful about the whole thing.
You write that he was sort of
Did you want to say something?
Why did she say cardboard box? What? Yeah, I
felt rage too. I felt rage too when I got Lewis a couple months ago.
He wasn't in a cardboard.
He was in an urn, and I still felt rage.
But why would she say cardboard box? She
Because
just had
she-
to make it so nasty.
You know what? Because she was knocking Suge, and she didn't actually get it. She didn't. She did not get Pac's ashes.
No.
She's lying right now,
No.
and she's making me bring out my '90s slang, and I don't like it. California love.
cavalier about how he delivered it.
He was.
And did that make you think that he was somehow involved?
One thing I've learned, not to make assumptions. Lord knows so many assumptions have been made about me, of what people think they know. And there's always more to the story, so I can't make assumptions.
She's saying don't make assumptions on if Suge Knight had a hand in Pac's death.
Yeah, but what does she mean? Like just wait. Like, what does that mean? Is she threatening another book to write?
No.
okay.
He
Roy
asked
V.
her.
too?
No, he asked her a question. He said, "Do you think he was involved?" That's why he didn't.
I didn't take it
I guess
that way.
I guess Suge Knight walked in and he handed her his
cardboard
box of ashes. First of all, if she did get the ashes, that was very nice of Suge to even deliver it.
That's
to
really
her.
nice. It's
Especially someone that she hasn't talked to.
he seems
in
like
over
a
year.
really nice person.
He is a nice person. Just the whole story doesn't make sense. This is such a Meghan Markle story.
Oh yeah. Well, you have these gals on TikTok that actually come with receipts. People like us who come with the receipts and prove it and say, this is happened. We were there. Da da da. She's just making crap up.
When
Just
Tupac,
making things up.
when Tupac died, I really did not see her that upset.
No.
I don't remember seeing her losing it on the streets like we were pouring, 40s, down every
Yeah.
drain in
So
Los
many
Angeles.
40s Nancy's had, she can't even
I can't
remember.
even remember the 40s that I wasted outside 7-Elevens. But it was bad.
There weren't
couple months.
7-Elevens in. Oh yeah, I guess LA. Has
In
some.
LA, there were
Yeah.
7-Elevens. We had 7-Elevens. Anyways, okay, so now I saved the best for last. You have not seen this. This is what had me this morning just screaming at the computer. So I'm probably going to have to pause it a bunch of times because this is really,
I don't want to scare the dogs, so just know I'm not going to scream, okay?
This is so something that Meghan Markle would put together. This is Jada's book release for Black women only. So what Jada's doing, and I can say this because I was around Jada and they lived in Westlake. And there were a lot of white people
in Hidden Hills and
Hidden Hills in Westlake. She was down before Will, but this whole her being down now, all an act to get these women to buy her book.
Mm-hmm.
She's using Black women the same way Meghan Markle
using Nigerian people.
Yeah, I mean it's like the carbon copy of what Meghan does. It's crazy to me because I'm like, man,
she has to sell books.
And the other thing that bothers me about this, she doesn't like women. Allegedly. She doesn't like women. I was at a party once and I was dancing around with my friend Carlin and we got so drunk that we were like on the ground and Will helped us up and Stephanie's boyfriend Randy and Will helped us up and she laughed at us. Now that's not being a woman. A woman is being like a woman, you know, a worthy woman is being like helping the girl up and going like, you guys
like,
need to go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
do you need lipstick or like not lipstick?
Yeah, let me show you. Yeah, and another, I realized.
Do you remember that?
I do remember that, but I also remember
we were doing
like
kamikaze shots.
Yeah, it's just Will's so much nicer than her.
Yeah,
I remember every single time that I would go over to.
And Mom, if you're listening to this, I was like 19. Okay, calm down.
But I just remember going to their house, and Will would just answer the door.
No,
like, hey guys, come in. And then she didn't even greet.
She doesn't like women. She doesn't like women. So
she
this
liked my boyfriend.
Yeah, but this whole woman thing that she's now doing, this is a complete way to just sell her. She got a moment, guys. She got a moment in this Oscar thing. Chris Rock did her a huge favor. Now she's taken her 15 minutes, and you're about to puke. So I'm sorry.
How are you?
I've been on many battlefields.
Yes, you have.
You just got to walk the fire with grace. But I know that I wrote this book with love. Not only love for Black women, but love for Black men as well, including my husband.
She does not give a crap about
backpedal.
She does not care about Black women or Black men.
She doesn't care about anyone but herself. I hope she doesn't have pets.
Oh, Lord, no.
And very rarely do people check on us because we're supposed to be okay. See, if it was
doesn't that sound like Meghan
we're
Markle?
Supposed to be okay.
Like no one.
Who's she talking about?
Because like people,
women.
No, check on like people like her, like celebrities and women, Black women.
We're constantly checking up on you. I get In Touch magazine and Us magazine,
and you're never in it, Jada.
And you know what? I was nice to you when I met you, and you were really mean to me. So I don't know what that means.
Okay.
I even brought her a birthday gift.
Disruptive behind closed doors, and it was chaos out here in the world. That'd be different, but it's peace and love up in the house.
She's saying that everything behind closed doors in her house with Will and everything is peace and love. That's because they have lived separate lives.
They don't
from
live
day
together.
one.
Of course it's peace and love.
Everybody knew this, but now she got found out and people are like, you're crazy. You're not all there. You're pulling a Meghan Markle. She's been compared to Meghan Markle, and that's what she doesn't like. So now she has to do this.
I talked about being separated, and I came out. This is where the media, and I get it. This is where the media wants to clamp on to something. Oh, they've been, spinning all around. So yes, we were separated for 7 years until Oscar night. Chris said what he said.
Okay, now she's gonna pin Chris and Will against each other. Like, look, guys, all they ever do is fight for me. All men ever do is fight for me.
If it
like
wasn't
August,
if it wasn't Chris, it was gonna be Tupac. If it wasn't Tupac, it was gonna be August. You know, if it wasn't August, it was gonna be Shlomo.
So listen what she says about this. This is gonna make you puke.
Will said, "Keep my wife's name out your mouth," and I was like, that was the moment I knew. I said, I didn't walk in here as his wife, but I'm leaving as his wife.
Yes, you did.
That's not what she said. That's not what she said.
Know, in the
original interview, she said, it wasn't shocking that he was talking like that to Chris. I was shocked that Will called me his wife.
Yeah.
That's what she said, and that's in
right.
the video.
This was today.
She's a liar.
She put this out today on her Instagram.
What a liar.
I know.
What was the eye roll really about? Because see, folks thought you were eye rolling at Will.
Listen, when I first saw Chris's name come up, I was like, oh, I hope he plays nice. And so when he came out and said what he said about,
Do you see what she just said, or do you understand what she just said? I hope he plays nice. Everything has to do with her at that moment. Every single thing.
This whole
had to
thing
do,
has to
no,
do
I'm just
with
saying
her.
the Oscars. You're presenting at the Oscars. Oh, I hope he plays nice tonight. With who? With you?
Yeah. There's other people.
There's
You
other
weren't even
people in the room.
You weren't even in the first row.
God.
alopecia, I was like, oh, see, what'd I tell you? And I was really pissed about it. So I rolled my eyes. It didn't have anything to do with Will.
Because you talk about
Yes, it
Tupac
did.
and
Yes, it
course it
did.
did.
You baited him. The minute you started rolling your eyes, baited him because
She laughed at first.
you told Will, your husband, okay, that Chris tried to ask you out on a date. And so you riled him up before, like every narcissist does.
Yeah.
You manipulated the situation, and that eye roll was code for go kick his ass. And maybe I'll show you some attention tonight.
Yeah. This is
Go prove this to me.
Total
Go
abuse.
do this for me.
total abuse.
You know, that's such a lie.
Yeah.
that's an attack on Will.
Just the slow motion
Oh, I
music
know.
too.
We're
Is
trying to
so
sell
like-
a
we're
book.
trying to sell Jada.
The book.
Like in the emasculate. But I think it's important that you kind of set the record straight in your words
Right.
as to how you respond to that.
Trying to combat people's ideas. People wanting to believe that Pac and I had a romantic relationship, what have you. I'm like, have it. I know what's true. Pac knows what's true, and the Great Supreme knows what's true.
Do you read social media? Like, do you look at comments?
No.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
She's lying.
That's such a lie.
She first of all, you paused. That means you lied just now.
Well, and Meghan Markle did the same.
Meghan Markle
I don't
did.
read tabloids.
I
didn't
you
Google
know
my
when
husband.
someone's lying, they look down and pause and then say
Yeah.
the lie. It's just so obvious.
Yeah, I know. I didn't Google my husband before I met him.
I didn't Google. I didn't even know who Prince Harry.
Yeah.
I didn't even know who he was.
It's because, why? Those people don't know me.
I know you, Jada.
I know you.
I know you, and you're lying.
Do y'all like sit up in the house and at dinner and laugh at us? Like,
Yes.
these people, like,
Yes. And
You don't
Wait
do
a
that.
second. Wait,
Jada,
you
you
said
don't do
whoa,
that.
whoa. Why would you sit up there and laugh at people that you're not reading? She just said she doesn't read the comments, but they sit up at dinner.
That would
Could you imagine
require
them-
the four of
for
them,
having dinner together, and that will never happen
ever.
ever.
be laughing. Me and Will. Will says, I want to come to the table with you. And I was,
This is about table talk. Now, watch how she acts like she threw herself under the bus for her husband. This is going to make you puke.
Okay.
I was really surprised, and I felt, I was like, wow. He's like, I don't want you to be at the table by yourself. I want to support you. This is a really complex moment. We come to the table, and Will's not ready. So I'm like, well, I'm going to have to speak my truth, but I'm also going to protect you. So if I got to look like the adulterous wife to make sure you're good, I'm going to do it.
She
What?
cucked him the whole time.
Is she cray?
She is cray cray.
Cray. Wow.
Wow.
If I have to take, she sounded okay. Remember that time with Chloe,
man.
where Tristan cheated on her for the 50th time, and she goes, "If I have to be the one
Oh,
to
God.
look stupid to save him from himself, I'm gonna be the one to do it." Okay, just. And
Didn't I tell you
masterpiece.
this would make you upset?
Well, it's the music in the background too. It's like, I'm worthy.
in that moment, because I felt so bad that he was in this situation.
Look at the chick next to her going,
You didn't feel bad. You did not.
you didn't feel bad. You know what? I love how she goes, there was nothing I can do. You could have stopped the camera. Like right now, if something was going on, we're not live right now. You can hit the stop button. Ugh.
I decided I'm going to love you, Will, and I'm going to leave myself at the side of the road.
You lovable, right?
Hell yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure of that. What do you want from this woman today?
This is it. You know, this sisterhood right here, just feeling this sisterhood today. This is it.
Let's give it up.
Everybody buy a book.
Thank you.
Everybody buy a book.
Oh my God.
Everybody buy a book. Your face is bright red now.
I was so laughing. I was trying not to laugh.
I mean, just the joke of it all. I took a bullet from my husband on a pre-tape show that we could have stopped
At any time. Here she is on the Tory show. Now, I just want you to look at his face the whole time. He is just not having it with her. But she's playing that whole God routine with Will again, where Will's
The
so
Supreme.
proud. Well, no, she's just like, he's so proud of me. And he's not buying it.
Such a new respect for each other,
Mm.
you know. And I was just talking to him before I came here, and he's like, I'm just so proud of you. He's like, I'm so proud of you. He's like, you're taking a lot of bullets for us. He said, you're taking a lot of bullets for us. You know, he's like, I could never do this. And he's like, I just thank you. And he says, and I love you, and I'm with you. You know? And, you know, it's just, when you can get, we've had to come a long way to get to this moment between us.
Mm. Yeah.
You know, but how, you know, to know that you have someone who loves you for all that, the beauty that you are, you know, and, you know, when you're at your most divine and when you're at your most flawed and everything in between, and it's not going anywhere.
She wants us to believe that Will called her and said, I am so proud of you for emasculating me,
Taking all the bullets.
for taking all the bullets, making me look like an idiot, cheating on me, ruining my Oscar win.
Yes.
That I can
Yes.
never thank you for. Now I'm suspended from the Oscars for 10 years. I just want to say, baby, thank you so much.
Cucking me.
I don't know if we're allowed to say that.
I think we are.
I don't
think
know,
so.
but I'm just
I
saying.
don't think it's a
Thank you
bad word.
so much for all those things. And
think
then
it's
he
in the-
gets, I love you, I'm with you.
I think
click.
it's in the dictionary.
I don't know. I don't think so. I've never heard of it before.
Cuckold.
Nancy,
It's
don't
in the
keep saying-
dictionary. It's in the dictionary. I looked it up. It was a Wikipedia or
Be
something.
careful on that one.
I had to look it up. One last part is she's on, I don't know, one of those stupid morning shows.
So are y'all living together?
It's just this beautiful connection. We will.
Look at that.
Not right now.
But you will.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
Why do you say that with such
Clarity.
Because that's what it's going to be.
That's where it's headed.
Yeah.
And you both
know.
are on that page.
Yeah, and you know, but right now I really do enjoy my space.
Yeah.
You know, I've been living
Alone.
I am my mother's only child,
Yeah.
right? And so
Meghan Markle.
Meghan Markle much?
You're the chooser.
I'm the chooser.
You're the chooser.
Right.
So when you imagine your life back together, because I'm sure you've seen it, how does that look to you?
We don't know yet.
You'll build that.
We'll build that, and
Well,
it'll be
here's-
something new.
Okay.
What a bunch of crap.
This is what I hope. This is what I wish. I really, really wish somebody gets through to Will. I doubt it will be the two kids, but
No.
maybe Trey. Not Jada and Willow. They're both adults now. I can say their names, but maybe Trey.
I don't think anyone's going to get. I think he's so far gone that you need to have like a deprogrammer or something.
This is what I'm afraid of.
Because Harry's so far gone right now.
She has proven that she will go on the air
Mhm.
and lie
Yes.
and say the most outlandish things and make herself godlike, pretty much. And I think that's what he's afraid of. He's afraid of, if he does leave, what is she going to say about, because he does have a private life. And he deserves to have that private life. The man works very hard, and it's nobody's business what his private life is like. It's nobody's
That's why
business.
it's so hard to believe that he's calling her up and thanking her for this.
Yeah.
There's no
way.
She's a pathological liar.
She is. She's pathological.
She is. Because pathological means that you're trying to hurt someone while the lie. Calm down, dude. Calm down.
Thanks for hanging in our part 2. If you want to see more Jada stuff, let us know. We have no problem. I'm sure there's going to be more to this story. She's not done yet.
I think more comparisons with Chloe, Jada, and Meghan.
Somebody asked us for
that kind of
Chloe. No, someone asked us for Amber Heard, Meghan, and Jada.
And Chloe.
Can we
Chloe's
compare?
got that.
We can compare.
Yeah,
Chloe
we'll
too.
do like side by side.
Yeah, you guys would be real. I can make a lot of good side by side videos because Chloe does this exact same thing.
And the same speech.
Like,
it's the same. It's just like, if it wasn't for me, he'd be dead.
Yeah, he'd be dead.
If it wasn't for me. I mean, I'll take that bullet any day. I will. I mean, it's the same stuff. And the problem with Meghan Markle, though, which is so frustrating to me right now, Meghan is never going to do these live interviews right now because people are going to actually ask her a question, and it's going to be like,
no, she will never.
No, it just won't happen.
Jada's been like wanting to do this forever. I was waiting for you to puke. Today's dog rescue is Amster Dog. Support from people like you help us save pets facing certain death in city shelters. That is what we're all about on this channel, is helping these smaller rescue groups get those dogs out of the big shelters that euthanize. It's all we care about because it's really hard to place pit bulls like we have and purebreds and all sorts of dogs. So get a dog. The holidays are coming up. It's the perfect time to get a dog. But keep the dog. Our next episode, I've been wanting to do this for a long time. And will you do it with me? I have all the slides ready.
What?
Meghan Markle.
Oh, her dog.
Her dog, Bogart. That dog was not old.
Yeah,
she got that dog in 2013 and it was a puppy. And then in 2017, it's too old to go across the pond. That's crazy to me. That's nuts to me. People that separate their dogs, like, I'm sorry. I've got all these pictures that I found on Pinterest.
You need
that
to get some
off.
rest.
No, I know. So
she does. She was a little, it's not that we're tired. I think it's just,
I'm still in vacation mode. So my eyes are all glazed over.
Well,
and
we don't wear makeup.
Yeah. But I'm still just like, the cold's hitting me and the fall's hitting me.
I think I have a cold.
You always think that.
I know, because I went to the doctor at Answer without a mask.
A lot of people are doing that stuff. It's called living your life. We hope you have a really good Saturday, and we will see you tomorrow at our live with all the royalty
and pop culture. Ding, ding, ding.